Are you looking for a faster video? Well, today it's a live stream, and I know you're probably looking for a really nice and tidy, edited down video, but I have ways for you to make it faster. You can click that little gear on the YouTube settings right there on the video and adjust the playback speed, make me sound like a chipmunk, and it'll go a lot faster. You can also look and see if there's timestamps for this project in the description, and if you're on a desktop, you can hover over the time bar at the bottom of the screen and see if it's chunked up into chapters, and then that way you can go directly to the step you're looking for. And lastly, you can also tap on the screen on the right hand side of the video picture or on the left hand side to make the video jump ahead, forward or backward if you're on a mobile device. And you can adjust that amount in your settings so you can have complete control over how much it jumps. So if you are on a desktop, you can use the fast forward or the rewind, and that will make it go faster as well. You can also enable subtitles, and the little CC on the screen will enable closed captioning. That way, if I am a little bit harder to understand with that double playback speed, the subtitles might help you out. All right, well, I know that it's not a nice little edited video, but if you sew with me, we'll get there together and it'll be lots of fun. And now for the live stream. Happy sewing! Hey, I'm back! How's it going? Okay, for the record, I did not order this next day air. I don't know why that happened. It happened so quick. Hello, Helen. How's it going? All right, so the only thing I've done is cracked this top here. And this is a new Coverstitch machine, so I don't know what to expect in here. Hopefully there's not a ton of assembly, but I'm kind of hoping that we go from box to sewing, and we figure it out together. So this is the Juki MCS-1500, and I am not an expert in buying machines and home machines or industrial. I just know what I like. But the things that I was looking for, which probably isn't the same as what everybody's looking for, is the quietness of it, because of the streaming. That helps when it's a little quieter. So it kind of meant that I was probably getting a machine a little more expensive than I normally probably would. Hey, Terry. The speed, I did want it to be a little bit speedier, and thicknesses, that was another prime concern. I really wanted to be able to go through thicknesses and go over seams. Hey, Amy. Oh, nice. Well, this is kind of an atypical stream. I don't usually unbox sewing machines because it doesn't happen every day. But we cut the Dawn jeans this morning, and everyone was up for doing it kind of like this. Because I could have just set it up and then just had it going when we did the project. But I thought it would be kind of interesting because I think like it's nice to know what to expect, because sometimes it's like just the idea of getting a new machine and just having to go through all of it is a little bit daunting. Hey, Mrs. Necro. You still stuck on that exam question? You know I'm going to keep bugging you about it, right? Sydney, hello again. So, I got so many great recommendations and suggestions from people, and all the machines that people suggested actually looked really good. And in fact, I found others that were really, really affordable that got incredible reviews. And I was really tempted because I personally don't think you have to have the most expensive machine out there or the nicest one to do a really good job. And this one was, I think, about $650. So I feel like that's pretty affordable, and it's probably there are definitely a few that are like $2,000, and there's probably even more expensive. The thing is, it kind of pains me when you get into that kind of price range, because you can get an industrial machine for that amount, and the industrial machine's going to be really good. So, but it's done. All right, Mrs. Necro. Done is better than not done, right? We know that one. So what else do I want to say about this? So I have a serger. You guys have seen my serger, and it does cover stitch, so it does both. And it is you know, it's a really nice machine. It's a Baby Lock Evolve. I was just thinking about selling it, and I was looking at prices, and I was like, oh, this thing held its value. Well, that's really great. I got a lot of use out of mine, and I got it because I wanted my prototypes when I was a freelance pattern drafter and designer. I wanted my prototypes to look factory made because it helps people get their foot in the door with a factory when their prototypes with their patterns look like they were made by a factory. It doesn't matter if they were or they weren't, but the factory, sometimes factories, this isn't like a insult with factories, but they do lack a little bit of creativity as far as when they look at a garment, they go, does that look like we can sew it? That's all they're thinking about. Is it something we want to take on? Do we have the machinery to do it? And so if I made a garment that looked like something they could make, my client was more likely to get their foot in the door with that factory. So I had to have my prototypes look factory made, and I didn't want to buy 2 machines, or I didn't know I could buy 2 machines, and I didn't want 2 industrials. I wasn't really willing to spend that much. But I ended up spending about the same on that machine. I think I spent like $2,800. $2,800 on that machine was a lot to me at the time. I want to say I got it, I feel like I got it before my daughter was born, and she's 18, but maybe I got it after. I can't remember. Okay, Mrs. Necro, yeah, you do that food. So, that machine is great. It's just that lately it's not, I don't know. I don't like switching between for the stream. It's like, even when I had prototypes for clients, it was kind of a pain because I was on a clock, you know, it's charging by the hour. And sometimes, you know, you're more apt to get to a job and get through a job if it's less hassle. Same with when you're being paid for it too. I still did really beautiful prototypes, and I had a few factories compliment my prototypes. My clients would tell me, like, whoever's doing your patterns and prototyping looks legit, you know, and that was really great. And that machine really helped. And I think that, hey Kate, how's it going? And I think it's a really great machine. I think that my local dealer is not very accustomed to adjusting a cover stitch, because when I brought it in for a tune-up, he seemed like he didn't know what it was, which really shocked me. So it's just not right where I want it to be. It still does the cover stitch, it's fine. I don't know. Oh, really, Sydney? Oh, nutso meeting. Is there, like, do you have drama to share? I love that kind of stuff. I love hearing about office drama because I'm not in an office. So anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is my machine is still great, but I want 2 machines, and I want them to be great for the stream and the variety of sewing. Can I still use that machine? Absolutely. Maybe even I'll find that I keep that as a serger and use this as a cover stitch. I did order a serger as well. It's probably even here today. But the thickness thing on that machine isn't quite right. And I think it's because it needs a new door. I don't know. Whatever. I haven't spent a whole lot of time sussing out what's going on with that machine. I definitely wanted a new cover stitch and serger, bottom line. Hello, family. I'm not sure what to say. PRDSJ family. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it is Ray. So, all right, so let's do this. I don't know what to expect. I have the full screen cam set up too, but I thought I'd do the overhead first. So we have the power cord, thread cradle, Oh, and then there's some bits and bobs right here. There she is. Instruction manual. One of the machines that I saw get really good reviews, but the bad review about it was it didn't come with an instruction manual, and people are really salty about that. I thought that was pretty funny. A lot of machines don't come with them anymore anyway. All right, I'm gonna set this on the ground and pull it out. All right, it feels really sturdy. Like it feels, it's heavy, which is great. It's pre-threaded. The sample is on a lycra, bathing suit lycra. Yeah, really, Sydney? Oh boy. Giant silica pack. Don't eat that. This machine is so small compared to my serger. The handle stays up like that. Ooh, that feels really nice. Yeah, let's check it out, Beverly. All right, this is just the packing slip. I tucked that in the box just in case it had stuff. Important. Okay, this is the normal stuff. All right, let's see what we got in here. We have a cover, tweezers. I'm looking for a secret compartment. It took me years to find the secret compartment on one of my machines. It was right here. There's a box. In fact, you might have this box. And it slid in like this right here. I didn't know about it for years. And that Evolve, interestingly, there's a thread cradle that sits right here on the Evolve, and underneath it, there's a little box and it slides out. Took me a while to remember that one too. Yeah, it's very compact. Here's the front. This does not have air threading, but most of what you're threading is on the top. Look at the bottom. There's nothing. There's nothing. All right, well, this does not open. Oh, wait, it does open. Okay. So let's see. Oh, yeah, you thread it on the side here. Ooh, I'm so intrigued. Okay. All right, well, let's see here. The other things I have in here are, oh, they just put in these. The universal schmetz, Barbara. How much do we overthink needles? Hey, Libby. Or Beverly asked. Sorry, I saw Barbara's comment at the bottom. Yeah, Beverly, look at that. It's regular old universal schmetz. I have the auto focus off. But this is kind of funny. I mean, how often do we talk about needles for sergers? And I'm always like, I just use what they give me. On the Baby Lock Evolve, it's the EL705 needle. I just dropped a package of needles. Oh, well, snap. It like fell behind. I found my iPhone holder too. All right, so there's different in here, 10s and 12s. Ooh, Libby, I don't know. That's a good question, though. I don't think that this is a brand new on the market machine. I think Baby Lock just came out with a Coverstitch that looked really cool, but it was $2,000, and I'm not going to do that. I think it's worth it. I'm not saying that at all, but I'll tell you my really transparent reasons why I'm not going to buy a $2,000 machine. Do I think I deserve one? Yeah, I do. I've been doing this for over 30 years. Why not? Have I bought many brand new machines in my sewing career? Nope. I've bought my Evolve, my Bernina home machine, my industrial. That might be it. I may have bought 3 brand new machines in the 35 years I've been sewing. But do I think it's necessary? No, I think you get what you need and what you want. If you are like nervous about certain aspects of it and that solves that, do it if you have the money, right? The other big reason I did not go like just throw all my money at a machine that was probably guaranteed success is that's not very accessible for everybody, and I don't really feel like having that as a part of my stream. I want sewing to be accessible, and a Coverstitch is a little bit gilding the lily when you're sewing anyway. It is not a necessary machine to have for sewing knits at all. So you don't need a Coverstitch. I don't mind the way the zigzag stitch looks on a hem, and I don't even use it, but I don't mind the way it looks. I just don't use it because my machine doesn't have a zigzag, my industrial. And you guys have seen, if you've been here long enough, that I will just sew my knits with my straight stitch machine, and I don't have any problems with it. Sergers and cover stitches are pretty new to the home sewing world compared to how long we've been sewing knits. So that's the way I look at that. All right, so the other things in here are what you'd expect, just the thread spools, which I never see anybody ever use these. I'm included in this. I have so many of these things. Same with these, the little nets to go over a cone of thread. Now, if you have a cone of thread, like especially like puff thread or thread that's kind of crazy, comes off the cone kind of crazy, these are really handy because it'll keep the thread drawing up off and then it goes straight up to your thread cradle and down. This would have been really, I should have employed using these more with my Evolve, because that machine can hold 9 cones of thread and they're so close together that oftentimes they would eventually tangle and I wouldn't really know it until things were a problem. So, and then I was never using 9 cones of thread, but sometimes I wouldn't put my cone of thread in the spot that was designated for the spot I was threading. I would put it where it looked like it needed to go. And then I realized, oh, I see that why this one's over here and this one's over here, you know. A little brush, and this is a needle holder for when you're putting your needles in your machine. I have one of those on my baby lock, and this is just the screw driver that is bent. All right, I'm gonna leave these 3 things out, and let's see if this is obvious. This looks pretty obvious. It looked pretty obvious. That new thing where we're nervous, you know? There's something I thread right here too that goes inside here. So back here, I don't know if you can see, the thread is coming down right here, going through here and into this little compartment. All right, let's put the that it? Okay, that is it. All right. They are not ballpoint. They say universal. I know, that's why I kind of laugh about that. Someone asked the other day if people use ballpoint needles in their serger. And I don't. I just use what came with my serger, the EL705. And then other people say they do. Okay, there's a light. Very nice bright light. All right, so let's set this aside. And let's look at our manual and then we'll thread it up. So one thing I like about my Baby Lock Evolve is it has this really handy threading card. This is pretty cool. I feel like this makes the whole machine so worth it. And it's like a cheat sheet for all the different ways that you want to thread your machine. Look at how many. It's a very versatile machine. I have handwritten notes and I've highlighted it. Mine's very old and messy. And it gives you an example of, you know, the stitch that you're going for. And then it tells you step by step all the things that you want. And then which thread cone you're using and where. It's very, very good. This is a very, very good thing. I'll be sad to not have that. What? You get a good watermelon? I mean, my industrial's name is Phoenix, Amy. Who can actually read the letters on these? Oh, are you asking about the needles at the end? No, I mean, they would be on the package too. And you guys know that on some packages of the Schmetz, this is a little tip I learned a long time ago. I have two funny tips. I don't have another spool of thread here. But if your container, these are smooth. See, this package is smooth. But if you have ridges over each spot where the needle is, that's a magnifying glass. All right, Kate. Home from school. Wait, oh yeah, so Sydney. Yeah, I know. There is a magnifying glass right there. Or it's a magnifying piece of plastic. I don't think my eyes are good enough for it yet, but they were for a really long time, and it was really helpful. Especially if you're using one package to hold like a bunch of needles that maybe you sewed with for just a few minutes each. You know? So that is one tip. And the other tip I have is, you know, like a Gutermann spool of thread that you can unscrew it and it opens up and you can put a needle inside. Really handy if you're hand sewing and you're on the go. Just don't forget that you did that. But you'll hear it in there. I learned those from working at a fabric store. All right, details. Okay. Okay, let's look at these. Household spools. Remove the anti-vibration cones. Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. I just set them on top. Alright, is there anything I need to do with this? Nope. Okay. Two-step presser foot lifter. Where? Oh, here it is. Okay. Feels like one step. Raise the presser foot, press the presser foot lever up until it engages. It can be raised again, maximum height, and held as mission. Oh! Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't get any extra presser feet, but it does look like there are extra, oh yeah, there's this chain stitch presser foot that's optional. There may be others, I'm not sure. Yeah, Ray. Not cool. Yeah, they don't all do it anymore. I could probably find one for you that does it though. Isn't that funny? Okay. I'm just browsing, making sure there's nothing I really need to know. So the needle has a flat back. These are just standard needles. It did say that was a selling point for me, that it says it uses household needles. I had never heard that term before. So okay, you forgot to mention the watermelon is good, maybe not as sweet, and you would like, but it's not in a long time. Oh. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm stocking the store for watermelons. Usually they're there already, but they're not that great. But I still get one to really appreciate how good it's going to be. All right, I'm just looking this over really quick, and then I'm going to try and thread it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my thread through and sew a little bit on it, because we all want that instant gratification. And then I'm going to undo it and thread it myself and see. Oh, I love this. Okay, here's something really cool. It comes apart? That's awesome. You have one. All right, I'm going to zoom it in so you can see this. I think this is really, really awesome. It's this one here. Yep. Let's see if I can... how far I can zoom in. Not very far. Okay, well, do you see right here? You see this little bit that's probably fuzzy black stitches to you? What this is a example of the stitches and where this spool is in the stitches. So what it's showing here is a triple needle cover stitch, and then the fabric is pulled like folded up, and so you can see the underside, and you can see in green which thread of that stitching it is, and it's the same with all three of these. That's pretty cool. We always wonder, and usually people will show you in a showroom, they will thread each one differently with a different color, and then that way you can tell which one's which. Oh, really? That's funny. Did you, it was not as sweet as you wanted, but it was still good? All right, so let's see here. It was just wrapped around this adjustment here, which I'm thinking is the presser foot, but I gotta look. So are those color coded? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go like this. You can go. Yeah, I had this on backwards. These are color coordinated up here. Oh, so you can put your thread tail. That's awesome. Yeah, watermelon. You know, did you know that watermelon is also a negative calorie food? Which means that when you eat it, there's not very many negative calorie foods. It's so easy to digest that your body spends more calories digesting it than the watermelon is itself. Oh, I'm really explaining that well, aren't I? Okay, this one's not really long enough to make it there, so let's just put a cone of thread on here. My cones are pretty big. I may need to get some smaller cones out. So meaning watermelon calories are more or less than what it takes to digest it. One summer I ate probably 25 watermelon, and I also lost 19 pounds that summer. I think that was part of that because I probably replaced a lot of my sweets calories with watermelon. I was really into it that year. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it, you know, it keeps you hydrated as well. I really like it because it's like, I like watermelon too because it's not sticky sweet. Okay, so I'm not sure how to do this one back here because there is a thread cradle. There's actually 5. Oh, okay, I have this one. This one gets 2. I like that. All right, so see this one right here goes across these 2. That'll help keep it from getting tangled. Nice. And so this one here, I guess it goes up into the cradle before it comes down here, but I'm actually not sure. Yeah, I would imagine so because your cone can't go upside down and it needs to draw off. So I'm gonna tie it on there and then I'll fix it before I sew, just in case. Yeah, I wish it froze well too. I just thought, I follow this gal who does Mexican food cooking and recipes, and she just had the best watermelon juice recipe, and I was like, ooh, I could freeze that. That would be pretty good. So that right now this is set up for a triple needle cover stitch. Wait, what do you guys call this? That's not what it's called though. Oh, I think they call it 3-thread cover stitch, but in a factory it'd be called a triple needle cover stitch. I don't ever use triple needle. I always use double needle. let me see if I've got that back thing threaded correctly. Threading. Fully raise the support rod with the thread guide. What's the support rod? Let's look at our parts of the machine. Retractable support rod. Oh, this right here. Okay. No problem. Slide thread into 2 slips to form an S loop, a thread guide bar, which must be the thing on the back. Thread guide. Where's this one right here? Thread guide bar. I'm thinking this is the one at the back of the machine. And that's the one I want to make sure I get correct because I've never done that before. Whew. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, that is how it goes. All right. Everything looks still threaded. Okay, I'm just pulling my threads through now. It looked really cool. These slipped out. All right. Chain stitching. Well, I know Terry likes to use it to baste prototypes together, muslins. Coverstitch, yeah, for hems. Yeah, that's why I say this is a pretty much, if you're doing a lot of knit sewing, I recommend it. If you do it occasionally, I just don't think it's that necessary, personally. I think you can get away with it without it. If you were selling things or you needed to deal with people professionally, then you're probably going to want it. So it does seem like it's got specific. Yeah, this thread right here is purple. And then chain stitching can also be used just to seam things in general. The other thing I think you could use it for, Sydney, is, you know how on the Hudson pants, I tried to do it on the Hudson pants. Remember that through the elastic band? So you know how you get those store-bought elastic waistbands, and so the elastic's in like a wide rib casing, and then you see stitches through it? That's usually a chain stitch. The needles are pretty easy to thread. I'm not very good at threading needles, surprisingly. I could be using the nifty tool, but I'm not. They come out of this little thing kind of easily. The little guides right at the top of the needle. They come out of those pretty easily. Aw, Ray. You already did that today. I hope it's interesting. So how do I get... Why isn't the alert coming up? So that's interesting. So there's... Ooh. There it is. I love it. Yeah, this purple was for a project. So I think this'll be hard for me to get used to, that I can't slip my threads in through the presser foot. You know what I mean? There's no opening. The presser foot is solid all the way around. I'm trying to think how I can show you guys better. Yeah, I think the new 2-needle cover stitch is pretty standard. I don't really see myself using the chain stitch very often, but when Terry said she has a machine set up for sewing her prototypes together with that, and then she can easily just remove a, you know, because that is one stitch, you pluck a thread and then the whole thing goes brrr. That's the one that's at the top of feed bags, you know, or bird seed bags, things like that. Got some fabric here. More kitties, yay! The kind that don't need a litter box. Oh my gosh, now that Cricket gave Ollie that litter box, he literally will be out all day long, come in and use it. She'll let him in and be like, hey, I haven't seen you all day. And he comes in, uses the litter box. She's like, are you serious? Using it 5 times a night now. The first fabric I'm trying out, that I really wish I would just cut a straight line. If I want to practice a hem, I need a straight line. None of this willy-nilly junk. There we go. This is just a cotton, light cotton, like an interlock. Yeah, what did I make this? I made a monetta in this for the local fabric shop. So I didn't get to keep it, but it sure came out cute. All right, where's the foot? Oh, it's not long enough. One disadvantage. I wish they'd make these cords longer, you know? Some people like to stand and sew. It's not that uncommon. All right, let's give it a shot. I want like a little bit of like, where do you want me to hold these threads when I start? Do I just start? Because I'll just start. You know me. I'll go for it. Yep. Set the tensions to 3 to 5. Okay, there's a differential knob right here. And this is the length. I want to know what that is up there. Yeah, so this is the pressure for the presser foot. This one right here, not this one. I'm just touching this one. That one's not called out, so I think it's just a part of my machine. A fun little knob. I don't know. It's so annoying for me. It's sometimes often like I'll be struggling with that and you guys can't see that. And it'll make me mess up when I'm sewing sometimes because I'm sitting there like going down like that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Bernadette. Just kind of get it started. Okay. I'm just listening to it like, Let's cut these. Thank you, Bernadette, for reminding me of that. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, you guys are great. I'm so glad you're chiming in. Gosh, that sounds so nice. Okay, let me pay attention to what I'm stitching now. Oh, it's so fast. Does anyone have this machine that's in chat? So on my old machine, I would sew for a little bit to get it away from the needle so I could cut it. So this is the triple needle. I wasn't really obviously paying attention if I was on the edge or not. This thread is pretty heavy for this, I can tell. That's a lot of thread back there, but you know, triple needle. Oh, I didn't even think about doing that, Beverly. You're so smart. I feel like weird having all those links in there, but I really appreciate everyone using them, and I've been noticing it. I think I got like $27. That's great. You know, that'll buy me some rotary knives and things like that. Things I really use a lot of. And more. What else? What was I gonna say? Yeah, I've been trying to also cut down. You got joint custody. Oh, I love that. You know, my very first serger was my mom's, and then I pretty much took it. And she was kind of upset about it. Yeah, exactly, Mrs. Necro. Yeah, if you look at the bottom of a t-shirt, this is what you're going to see. Let's set it up for the double needle cover stitch. That's what I really want. Four thread cover stitch. Oh, they call this one a 4 thread cover stitch, not a triple. I'm confused. They call this, the one I just stitched, a 4 thread cover stitch when it's 3 rows of needles on the top. When it's like this. And I think it's because you're using all 4 of your threads. You can't even really see in this fabric, sorry. But we always call this triple needle top stitch. Triple needle cover stitch. So Karen, sorry, needles up, not down. You pull, oh, you're good at that. You pull the threads forward to lock the stitch. Oh my gosh, okay, wait. Yeah, you guys told me that people do this. See, on an industrial, it locks the stitch and you don't have to worry about this. And so I still just forget that you can do other things. All right, so I'm just gonna do it on 2 layers of fabric here. So you're saying, go forward. Uh-oh. It's like the bottom thread I think is caught. There we go. I think that's what it was. No, it's still caught. So I think you're right. I shouldn't have done that before. All right. So then you guys, okay. Now I'm getting nervous. I don't like that. There we go. I know my machine. Not this machine. Okay, let me read your things again. Yeah, it is an interesting mess. You don't run off the end. So when you get to the end, let's see, there we go. Yeah, there was 1 thread attached to the beginning, so it was going zoop. I'm gonna just swipe this through to make sure it's not caught again like that. I gotta get familiar with this, huh? Okay, this is pulling the top. These are pulling the bottom. It's still like locked. All right, good. Dang, do we have to sew jeans tomorrow? Yeah, so you guys Yeah, you guys taught me how to do this once. Remember when I was practicing with the serger? I think I think I did get it in a little knot under there. All right, fine. I'll fix it proper. Yeah, see, I did. I got it a little bit locked up. All right. So let's see here. We have this one here. Can you guys see it all? You can't, can you? The manual doesn't really show me like how to go off, but it might. Let me see. Oh, I have a little thread. I have it caught now. It's like caught on a feed dog. See it there? Oh, yeah, okay. There we go. Oh, no worries, Bernadette. Thanks for telling me. I appreciate it. Have a good day at work. Come here. I have this one little, there it is. All right. Let's set it up for the double needle, and then we're gonna try those little tricks. You have the Bernina made by Juki. Oh, okay, cool. You said one of the options was make it yourself, and I say sure. And then sew jeans. I could, Sydney. I like that idea. I have my fabric for my jammy tops that I want to do. All right, I don't want the 4 thread. I want a double needle cover stitch. What is that called? 3 thread. And so, Mrs. Necro, you were asking about like width. So you see how this one has this width and this width. Narrow and wide. So it does have the 2 widths. Right cover stitch needle blue and left cover stitch needle yellow. So this one you're going to use the furthest 2 apart. This is like my other machine. And if I wanted it narrow, I would be using yellow and green. Yeah, they're this far left too. So I want to look at this back thing here. I want to know how to do this. All right, so I go through. I'm taking it out. I'm going in, guys. All right, so I'll go through here. And then I come down here, through that, around this. Yep, around that. Up top there. There. 7. You go from below, okay. 7, and then this one goes around here for number 8. What is 9? Is this 9 right here? 9. And then 10. How do I do it again? Yeah, like this, right? Oh, here we go. Okay. 10. And threaded 9. Oh, 9 is this one right here. It's not that. Is that how you do it? No, like this? No, maybe that isn't one. 8. Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it now. I see it. Okay. This was 7, 8. Oh, is that what happens when you do that? It is. 7. 8. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's crazy. That's so easy. 9. 9 you have to push down kind of firm. And then 10 is this little pigtail. It's actually really easy and it's pretty obvious, which is really great. And then what is she doing with her fingers on 11 here? What? Nine, 10, 11. I do not know what that is. What the heck? Oh, okay, you can pinch this. Okay. You pinch this little white thing and it kind of it's like one of those things where you go click and it stays, you know? So you push it and it goes click. 11, all right. And now 12 is the looper right here. And you have to thread it through. And 13. How do you do 12 and 13? I don't believe you. Do I not use this right here? Oh, that's true. Does this automatically do 13 for me? That little 11 whoop-de-doo thingy, that little click. 11. Because they're showing like I'm supposed to be able to get through the end of 13, but I don't see how I can reach that. Does it do it for me? Can I actually thread that? No. Oh, wow, Sydney. Oh, Mrs. Echo, right? All right, so I'm gonna come back to this. So see this little thing, you press that, 11, wait. Oh, I bet that this makes it so that, oh, okay. It pulls this looper down so I can access it. So did you guys, you can't see that, huh? All right, so this is what I'm working on right here. So right here, you push this little white lever right here and it pulls the looper out, and then I can thread it. Okay. Okay. All right, so now we're going to do cover stitch wide. So we're going to do this one here, blue and yellow. All right, so let's just cut the green thread here and I'm gonna pull it out. And this looks really easy to thread, but it does go over the front bar here, which is really interesting. So I kind of want to try that. So like this. Twice. That feels like it's going to cut my thread. How do you do that? Maybe you thread it. Let's see. Thread it. Ah, there we go. So you thread it through there and then you can just floss it through that one. I will be a pro at this very soon. Is that all I do? Yeah, okay. Blue. And then blue. We're playing dot to dot. We got to do that dot to dot in that It Takes Two game last night. And so my friend, he was the pencil going straight and mine was the pencil going left and right, and we were both holding the pencil. It was really funny. He's like, no, you gotta go left, you gotta go left. Oh, really, Sutter? Yeah, okay. I mean, it's a Juki, so that makes sense, right? They like to employ the same types of things. So one thing I like about these needle holder things, if you are removing a needle and you don't want it to fall underneath, you know? Since I'm not very familiar with the machine, I'm definitely going to use it until I feel like I feel more confident, you know? And then let's cut a little piece of fabric. Can you guys see okay? This camera is jealous because I just got a new camera for the iron. And now it's like, I'm going to start acting funny. So you buy me a new camera. Doesn't realize that it gets put away for good if that happens. Oh, Sydney, you didn't hear me talk about it earlier today? Yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. It's so fun. It Takes Two. Yeah, it's so fun because it literally does take two. You have to have a second player, but you can do it couch and you can do it online. But you only need one. If you're doing it together with one other person, whether they're online or sitting next to you, you only need one copy of the game. And then you get a free friend pass for one person. But it is, the overarching story is a little odd because it's like you're a couple deciding to get divorced, and this book on relationship is, I don't know, Mrs. Necro, it could be. Nello, how's it going? The book, it has Mr. Hakim is his name, the book, because he talks to you and he's very funny and he wants you to collaborate and, you know, start communicating with each other because your daughter is extremely sad that you're thinking about divorcing, and basically your tears turn you into these little puppet dolls, and you have abilities and stuff like that, and you have every single task takes the both of you. So, and you pull the thread tight so it sits firmly on the tension disc. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I did read that, and I kind of had that experience before too. Oh, right, Nancy? Exactly. Yeah, I highly recommend the game. We were just marveling last night at how we're probably about halfway, maybe. I don't think we're quite halfway. I don't want to tell him we're not quite halfway because I know he'd like to be playing Call of Duty, but he's having a blast too, and he likes it. But we were just marveling that you don't ever do the same thing more than once. This part's kind of tricky. Like if I press too hard, it goes way into that second hole. Oh, someone's here. Oh, hi. I'm streaming again. You can come in. Yeah, I'm unboxing my Coverstitch. Do you want to meet my stream again? Do you have dogs with you? Oh, okay. I was like, pan.
The other unboxing.
Oh, my other machine arrived. Here, you can set it right here.
Now I can do to you what you did to me.
Yeah, I did. I crashed his Zoom call the other day by accident.
Hi, everybody. There we go.
Thanks.
Here.
Very exciting.
I'm gonna borrow your truck to go look at the tractor too.
Oh, okay, cool. Just leave my keys so I can walk up.
Okay, I'm going. Let's figure it out.
Okay, cool. I'll see you in a bit.
Okay.
Thanks. Nice. I don't have to carry it up the stairs. This one does have the jet air. Yeah, so that game is really cool. You don't do anything more than once. And you like just start getting used to one thing and then you have to do a whole nother skill. It's really cool. This is very easy to thread. You don't always need air threading, you guys. I really wanted one of the sergers I really wanted didn't have it, and I was like, oh, that's fine. I couldn't find it in stock anywhere though. I tried to buy this locally, but they apparently only are selling tabletop Jukis and embroidery. Yes, I know. I really went for all the Jukis, didn't I, Beverly? Okay. Threading my needle, and then we're going to give it a try. The clanging you're hearing is my foot pedal because it's dangling and it's bonking down there. And Mrs. Necro, you're on Xbox, so you're probably not worried about trophies. I don't know. Xbox has its own trophies, though, right? You can do the platinum in one playthrough if you're interested in trophies. If I really like a game, I'm getting the platinum. Oh, it is? That's a bummer. That's awesome. So I'm glad I felt the same way. That's kind of why I got it. I felt like it was the best value. And I'm very familiar with it. All right, do I close this? Okay, these are my needles right here, right? All right. Where do I like to put these threads when I'm ready to start? I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was bringing me a yummy drink and I got kind of excited. Those two were bringing me yummy drinks almost every day for a week. And I didn't want to tell him to stop because, you know, it's a nice treat. But I was like, dude, I want to choose my calories for the day. But then yesterday I was like, I wonder if they'll bring me a yummy drink. I was getting used to it. They had to cut me off. Well, Nancy, you can't. You can't play that game one player. You can't even play it and then pick up the other controller. There's just no way you could do that. My friend X, he's really good at platformers and things like that. And so, like, last night I was like, I can't believe you just did that on the first try. But he's really good at knowing where his character is. Because sometimes the perspective changes and you're looking straight down. Sometimes you're looking at it like this and you're moving on the screen like this. Other times it's just third person, which is what I'm used to. So it's really fun game though. There's a little bit of cussing in it, Sydney, like for your kids, if your kids want to play. And not all the scenes might be easy enough for kid hands. Hi, Jacqueline. Oh, there you go. Nice. What a good tip. You have both, but your husband likes the Xbox more. Does he play Xbox exclusive games? I'm curious what game, because I liked Senua's Sacrifice, Hellblade. I really like that, and now it's an Xbox exclusive. Alright, let me focus, sorry. Plus, I don't want this to be too boring. After threading, make a sewing test on a double layer of fabric to cover stitch. Plug the machine in, set the tension, set the stitch length, set the differential. Raise the presser foot and place the fabric in. Lower the press, turn the hand wheel. So, okay, so they just leave the threads sitting like this over here. All right. Turn the hand wheel counterclockwise to bring the needles into their lowest. Oh yeah, okay. This was needle thread and looper and stitching around can unravel easily. Braze the press, remove the work carefully, cut the threads. Oh. Your son called. Oh, that's fun, Sutter. That's really fun. Nintendo makes some really fun games. You know what, Sydney? It's interesting because I have a few guy friends that they're probably like, I want to say in their 20s. I don't know. I don't know them very well. And I didn't know they're British, so I don't get to play with them very often. And I saw in my PlayStation feed that they've been playing it, and they put little clips on YouTube, and it was so fun to hear these guys giggling at this snowball fight. They were in the snowball fight in that game. It was really fun hearing them play, and they were like 1v1 snowball, you know. It was pretty cool. All right, let's see here. Let's try this here. Okay, this thread. Oh, okay, good. I was like, that thread's not looking so good. I know that's more stitches than I need to do, but I'm kind of just seeing what it does too. I don't really like this thread tail thing, but I'll get used to it. All right, there we go. That felt better. So now you guys are saying, so I get to the end. This thread, like this thread right here, is like out there. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get to the end. And then you turn your work. What did, okay. Lift the foot, pull the fabric to the side, and use the long tweezers to pull the stitches before cutting. Okay, I was told to pull the needle threads forward from under the presser foot, clip, and then pull the fabric back and away. I need to pull from above the foot and then grab it from below. And then bring it. I don't run off the end. I pull the threads forward to lock the stitch. You pull the threads forward to lock the stitch. I mean, I could turn around and go back on itself, but you wouldn't do that in the round, you know? What I am thinking is that I have extra threads there. So say I was doing a t-shirt hem. I'm gonna look up videos. Yeah, sorry. Here you go, Beverly. Sorry about that. Oh, that's an idea, Amy. Yeah, it's very quiet. Oh, people are really liking Outriders. I still want to play God of War. You know, I think I'm going to look at other people's videos to see how they do that. Time is at 3:30. I'm like so tempted to go from one unboxing to the other, but I'm going to save that one. I'll save that one for after the jeans, maybe tomorrow. I need to set up the camera so you can see better. I like the idea of a little step stool. I'd have to like sit up. I've seen people do this too. They sew with their foot pedal up here. You saw people pull the stitches with tweezers from below. Below what? Like that's what I'm understanding. Like it's not like I can access under there. So are you meaning like below the fabric? Pull the threads out of the needles. Oh, well, I am doing that. Okay, so that was full speed. That's pretty quiet. That machine is a winner, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna pull and disengage the looper. I think I got it. Sometimes when it starts forming the next stitch, then you get this weird little, you know, they'll be attached to each other. There we go. Oh, but my stitch did not look very good there. All right, I don't think I have it in the looper very good. I mean the tension disc. Let's feel that. Which one is it? Which one is it? Who's the culprit here? I forgot to look underneath. The top looks pretty good. Okay, thanks, Ray. Yeah, I'm sure it won't be hard to find. That's in there. That one's in there. You're in there. You need to be in here, though. They really like to slip out of those little guides at the top of the needle. Yeah, I'm definitely going to look for some videos on people. I'm not an expert at this machine, and plenty of people are. I know it's been out for a while. Once I get the hang of it, maybe I'll do a video about it, but I feel like if people are already good at it, then let them have the ad revenue. You know, they deserve it. We get pennies anyway. All right, so that's really loose. It said to put this between 3 and, oh, this is the length. The tension between 3 and 5. Well, where's the, is the dot the spot? Oh, never mind. I see it. I see it. I'm looking for my foot pedal. Oh, it's so quiet. That's this one here. Did that help at all? Oh, it's really loose. So I must have done something different when I threaded it. Maybe it's the looper. I gotta get the hang of this right here. Wait, what was that? What did Sydney say? From below the presser foot. Oh, from below. Yeah, when I was asking like how they get below, but get out of there. There we go. Okay. Let's look at the side here underneath. How do we think this looks? Well, everything looks threaded. I'm in these tension discs, right? Now this tension knob right here says HML. Oh, cool, Barbara. Thank you. On which video? Okay, well, it's left in the M position for that. 2 and 3, okay. Tension adjustments. D is that one. D is purple. There's no purple. Inside cloth plate, purple. Oh, this one down here. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay, let's try that. Like I said, my thread is really heavy duty for this. You have to do it with tweezers or your little screwdriver or something. Oh. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I think I actually am doing what you guys are saying. I just don't know. I haven't gotten the hang of when to, where my needles need to be in relation, like how high up to be able to get the threads out. It's like I'm doing it the way my other machine is, and it's not the same spot, and it's probably barely different. Okay, cool. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate it. I'll check it out. Sure fit. All right, let's try that. That helped a little bit. So right here. I'm going too far. Oh, there it is. No, it's right. Yeah, see, it just doesn't like, it doesn't just like pull out. Don't go off the edge and raise the needles. Oh, okay, okay. That's what I'm doing wrong. I'm used to doing that though. But look at my tension. It's pretty bad right now. So I think I need to monkey around with that too. All right, well, I think I've got a lot to practice and figure out, but boy, so far I'm thrilled. It's so quiet. Even though my tension's off, it's still stretchy for the cover stitch, which is what I'm going for. I'll put some lighter weight thread in or something a little bit less heavy than this, because this is the Tex, I'm using Tex 40 thread in here, and I'll bet they're gonna say 27 is recommended. I didn't think about that when I grabbed it. I just grabbed something I had a lot of. Let's see, there must be a, it must be in this page 7. Let's see. Let's see what thread is recommended. If it, hopefully it says so. Maybe it doesn't. It's very quiet. That gives me so much hope for that one since it's a Juki. And this is the MO-1000. I came so close to getting that 654D. It looks like a great machine, and it was quite a bit less cost-wise. And I know a bunch of you have that one, and you really like it. And it does have the, it has an automatic needle threader, and it has the jet air threading. They don't call it that, I think, because that's the baby lock term. Ooh, it shows you can do a really sharp curve. The last stitch is a lot of it. Okay, cool. Well, that's cool, Sydney. Well, maybe we'll while I'm learning this machine, maybe we can delve into yours. I feel like there's probably a spot that says the ideal weight of the thread, you know? Ooh, there's like a nice little, oh, here's a securing the seam end thing. Look at that. Oh, Jana Lindstrom? Okay. Yeah, you guys were just talking about, oh no, in the Patreon group yesterday, they were talking about the books that she's written, and she has a really good one. They were recommending it. Hi, Angela. You have your method? Yeah, so I'm going to work on my method, because what I used to do with my machine was I would, especially if it was like a t-shirt hem and I would go in a circle, I'd do a few stitches on top of where I started, you know, come down, go across, and then I would lift up my presser foot, slide out my work, and then sew a few stitches just to get it away from the machine. But I never had problems with that coming out or anything, and I know that these aren't a lock stitch, and you can't bag stitch, right? So, and I think I didn't know people did anything extra with cover stitching, because it's not something that you ever have on the end. Like a serger can be on the end of something, and that seam can be the end and be exposed, you know, kind of like on the Annie cardigan where we put that band around the hem. The seam of the band hits the center front, right? And so that end right there needs to be secure. Otherwise, if it keeps coming undone with the serging, then you'll end up having an issue. And see, industrial one just locks, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, Barbara, exactly. That's what we were talking about yesterday, right? Yeah, they were recommending it really good. Okay, well, I'm gonna check this out. It's getting really hot in here. I keep turning the thermostat off out there. But because all the office doors are shut, there's no circulation, and they don't understand that keeping all the doors open, because there's a lot of empty offices, there's only one other tenant. I'll open a bunch of doors and then they'll come through and shut them. And I'm like, yeah, but there's no airflow. The thermostat can't work unless all the doors are open, but they don't understand that. It can run right back. Really, Libby? I never had that problem. Maybe that was a feature on my baby lock. Oh, you said oh, that's an interest. That's a pretty clever way to deal with that. And then you pull out your product, and you reset your tension. I bet you figured that out really quick. All right, well, I'm excited. I feel like this is a good start. I mean, you can sew right away, and I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna rethread the bottom. I'm just gonna rethread it in general, probably. And you know, this right here, this is the presser foot, so cool. Yeah, right, Mrs. Necro. I know, 2 days ago my husband did a wood fire in the stove. We hadn't had one of those for a little bit, and then the next day it was like 80. I was like, oh, I should have put the I had the full screen set up for you guys. I could have done that and showed you too. Here's my other one. I have to say, this one's pretty ugly. Sorry, Juki. Oh. It just looks a little dated. Anyway. The box is kind of dirty. Okay, Libby, I understand. I'll look it up. It'll be fine. I haven't even looked through the instruction manual. You know, that might be really helpful. Yeah, I'm excited. All right, so maybe we'll do this one tomorrow. We'll see how the jeans go. I'm excited. Yeah. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me while I did the unboxing. That was pretty fun. And then maybe when I have it better set up, I can make a couple dedicated videos so that it's a little more seamless. Yeah, it's pretty warm here. Oh, you know what I forgot to show you guys today? So right outside my window, there was a deer. Oh, check it out. So this is right here. Do you see it right there at the bottom? And then look. Let's see if you can see his nubbly horns, antlers. Can you see? Aren't they cute? He was by himself. And like I might have floor to ceiling windows right there. He was all by himself. So cute. And that was like right before the stream started at 11 this morning. So that was pretty fun. All right. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. 2 streams in 1 day. I'm allowed to go home now, right? Dang, I hope I get a video recorded this week. I don't know if it's going to happen. But we have a couple extra streams, so that's how it is. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're starting the jeans. 4 o'clock. I don't think I'll get my buttonholes done, so I have to set that machine up. And I have a lot of machines in here right now. So we'll see. I have to get them done by Friday though. So, and so if not, I will be doing the backs of the pants and the front pockets, and then we'll do the button fly on Saturday. So until they eat my garden. Yep. We turned our garden into a solar farm. I haven't seen one like that with the fuzz on the antlers in a long time. We see females occasionally, but I hardly ever see males. So thanks, Angela. I'm excited. I'm excited. I was really nervous about getting the machine, so I feel pretty good. So, all right, I'll see you guys soon tomorrow. Hasta mañana, iguanas.